Hello, everyone, and welcome to Reading is Rad, the club. So, my goals with this channel are to start a reading club or a book club. I am in my 40s, and when I was younger, I was a part of multiple book clubs, and I just really miss it. So, I'm going to attempt to start an online book club. I'm really excited about it. And I even had my husband pick out my next book that I'm going to be reading. We'll get more into that in a moment, but just a little backstory. So, my 3-year-old just started preschool, which means that the 1-year-old can go over to grandma's house, which means I actually get a little bit of time to read, which is something that I absolutely love doing. I love reading all types of books. I read a lot of nonfiction. I read fiction. I read science fiction. I read scientific books. I read horror. I read fantasy. I love all books. So if that kind of resonates with you and you love reading as much as I do, then I would love to have you as part of this very new community, hopefully growing. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So uh, I first want to start off, I suppose, with recommendations. So this is going to be like the beginning format of my videos, I feel, because I have read a lot of books and there are so many good books out there. So I'm just going to make a couple recommendations at first, and then we'll get into the actual body of this video. So the first recommendation is this could be my favorite book of all time, hands down. It is fiction, and oh, gosh, this book it has a special place in my heart. Like every time I even look at it, because the cover is absolutely beautiful. It's called The Poisonwood Bible, and it is by Barbara Kingsolver. And I mean, it's just a beautiful book, but oh man, like the emotions that I went through while reading this book. I cried, I laughed. My husband was like, really? Is it that serious? But it really is so well written. And I just will, this book will always probably, I mean, until I read something that just touches me as much. And I wanted to start off with this book because it is my first video on this channel, so I really wanted to start off with a bang. But yeah, this book is just amazing. I am not going to get too much into it, but it is just a beautiful story of a family. They are missionaries and they go to a foreign land and shit just hits the fan. And it is just wonderfully written. So cannot recommend this book more. So that is the first one. Okay, guys, the next book that I want to recommend is Artemis by Andy Weir. This book was so great and so easy to read. I could not put it down. I actually read it on the plane ride to Europe, and it was just a really quick read. I think I finished it on the plane ride back because I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old on a plane. So there, I read it while they were sleeping on the plane, but such a great story. And like I said, just really easy to read, really exciting, like kept me definitely on the edge of my seat for quite a while. So yeah, that's my next recommendation. This one is like a weekend read. It's so quick and amazing. So next I wanted to get into what my husband chose for me to start off with, which he did this on purpose because he knows that I am not a huge fan of science fiction. I will read it. I mean, hence, like, I've actually read a few of the Andy Weir books, but it's very popular right now. I have shown absolutely no interest in the movies or the books whatsoever. So he did this on purpose, but he chose Dune. Dune, Dune, Dune. And he knows since he chose it, I will read it. I mean, obviously, it's a thick book, so it's going to take me a little bit, but I'm going to start a few chapters tonight and I will let you guys know what I think tomorrow. I'll just like upload a really quick video of that. Um, yeah, we'll see what all the hype is about. I mean, I've obviously heard that it's a wonderful, wonderful story, a wonderful book. And it's quite old. I think it was written in like the 60s or 70s. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know more about it. I do not, but I will definitely have to research it and get back to you on that. I don't like science fiction as much, but maybe I just haven't read the right one, but I will read it. But honestly, I would rather read like, let's see. Oh, here we go. There's one that I've read, Endocrine Physiology. So I would rather read stuff like this than science fiction, but yeah, I'm crazy, so that's why. uh And I also wanted to add that my grandmother, she has passed away, but she was an author and she is British, born in Heliopolis, Egypt, and she wrote horror. And you can actually go onto Goodreads and see some of the reviews that she's getting or has gotten. And I remember her getting fan mail when I was young. And I mean, it was like I remember in particular, this woman wrote to her, maybe it was a man, I don't know, but they said that they had to sleep with their Bible next to them. Apparently, her writing, which is something that I'm going to get more into. I've kind of like browsed through her books, but I never actually read her books, which is crazy. My aunt right now is sending me all 4 copies of her published books, and they are all horror and they are all extremely frightening, I guess. So I'm pretty excited to get into that. When I have time like this, I will read multiple books at once. So my aunt is sending those right now. And so I should have those soon, a package of all 4 books. And the cover art on these books is just phenomenal. They're so amazing. Some of them were published, I think, early 90s, maybe like late 80s. And I know they're pretty pricey online because the cover art is so detailed and just beautiful. So I will show you guys those in my next video. I'm going to be like unboxing those. They are older books, but I mean, those are the best kind. Definitely like and subscribe. And I actually started Patreon, but I haven't really done anything on it yet. I don't know how Patreon works. So I'm still trying to work out the kinks with that. But I will have my Patreon linked if you want to join, and I'll kind of just use it as like a forum of where we're going to discuss the books that we're reading. I don't know, maybe we should break it up into like bi-weekly, I'm thinking. I honestly don't know if I can read this in 2 weeks. I might be able to, just depending on, I don't know. It's a lot of things depend on how interested in I am in it, how much time I get, and I don't know why my husband did this, but we're gonna go for it, you know. Uh, let's see. So I guess that wraps it up for the first video. I am trying not to do too much editing for these. If you guys have any other book recommendations for the next book, that would be awesome. And yes, join me. because I love having people to talk to and like just I don't know, getting into books with other people is so fun. Let me know in the comments if you've read the Poisonwood Bible and if you feel the same, or maybe you don't, maybe you dislike it. So yeah, definitely stay tuned and like and subscribe and join the community. So happy to have you guys if you are here, and let's do this. I'm going to start reading this tonight. So I'll probably read a few chapters tonight and give you some updates tomorrow on how it's going. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for my next video. I think I'll just like make one tomorrow if I get a little bit of time. We'll see. Anyway, bye, guys.